That steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't, we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Okay, next thing I want to talk about, this little Simz album, and then we are out of here. Pretty short stream tonight. I guess I just didn't have that many topics, but yeah. No news today. No more news today. No bad news today. Times I used to pray. No news today. No bad news today. No bad news today. Dun, 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 dun. Lotus. Lil Simz new album, bro. Hard. The reason why I'm talking about this, because all day on the internet, I've been seeing people cry and complain about the Carter 6. Now, you can either complain and cry about the Carter 6 the same way that you can complain and cry about the current state of hip hop and how the new rappers aren't as good as the rappers from the blog era. We can continue doing that, or we could appreciate that this is, in fact, the best time in hip hop history because of the variety and the depth and the quality of a lot of the hip hop music across the entire spectacle, across the entire range. And now you have, like I say, like Lil Simz after the No Thank You album. I was ready, like, bro, she remind me so much of Lauryn Hill, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, she's literally like, when people be like, man, we don't have no Lauryn Hills. All the girls just rap about popping it and going to the club and this and that. Woo woo. I'm like, bro, I'm not listening to Lil Simz across the Lauren Sims. Lil Simz cross that pond, bro. Today said, what is Wayne today said Wayne been trash. Okay, so here's my thought. I'm not a Wayne fan. So like I was never a Wayne person. So it's just like, you know what I mean? I've just never been a Wayne person. Like I felt like when he got out of jail, he was just doing that. I eat the Wheezy F baby and the F stands for, and then he always say the same thing. And then he just be like, I eat that, you know what I mean? He just talk about cat the whole time. Like every rap, I'd be like, bro, you rap about anything else? He just rap about cat. So it wasn't for me. So I wasn't really listening to bro like that growing up. But everybody loved him growing up. So I'm like, okay, if y'all love him, everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? But everybody hates this album, this Kiss Carter 6 album. So like I said, Lotus also came out today. It's from Little Simz. She's across the pond from London, the UK. And the No Thank You album, that was my introduction to her. She dropped this. Sometimes I Might Be an Introvert. This is also a huge album as well. It came out the same day as Certified Lover Boy and Donda, which was like 2021. So yeah. So yes, No Thank You was amazing. A lot of the production came from the same guy who produces for Cleo Soul, who just also happens to be Cleo Soul's husband. And it turns out, as I made a video about a long time ago, a few months ago, the producer was stealing from Lil Simz. So it was a big story about the producer stealing from Lil Simz and things of that sort. And yeah, man, hold on, here we go. Inflow. Yeah, Lil Simz is suing her former producer, Inflow, also behind some of my favorite Cleo Soul songs. And yeah, so it was a big deal. He was stealing a lot of her money, and she had no idea about it. Or no. He was asking her for loans, like $300,000 loans and $100,000, and he stole like over $1 million from her and wasn't doing business right. So she looking like, what? And as you see from the title of this first track, she was not playing. I said, oh, snap, because I hear it. I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds different. And then I realized in the middle of the song what she's saying. I said, yo, she ain't waste no tracks getting into it. You know how people have drama and everything like that? And they come out with a new album and they wait until the back half of the album to address it. She addressed it head on. First song in the hook and the name of the song, Thief. She talked about it in the second song. She talks about it most of the album. Like this whole, she dedicated a whole album to going off on a dude who stole for her. And for good reason. Like if someone steals from you, you know what I mean? You're gonna be hot. And she mentions how she didn't even know where she was going to go creatively with this album, how she was lost because she was going through what she went through in the public. And she was like, well, I guess I have nothing else to really write about except for what I'm actually going through. So that's what she did. I thought it was dope. This blood song, I'm not sure if this is the song where she's talking to her brother, but she's talking to her brother in one of these songs, in either Blood or Lotus. And just talking about catching up with her brother, keeping up with her brother, and how she's and always in contact. It's just a beautiful storytelling thing. And I'm a sucker for storytelling. That's like one of the things I feel like separates you as a hip hop artist. Like, yes, you can rhyme with words very well. Yes, you have clever wordplay. Yes, you have funny punchlines that make me laugh and stuff like this. The talent is there. You can go melodies, you can go here, you can make a catchy hook. But can you reel me in with the story? Can you say something? Can you deliver a message that's gonna leave me thinking? That's what we want. Why are you making this music? Are you making this music to become rich? Or are you making this music to share your story and to motivate other people to get to where you are right now? And I definitely think, Lil Sims is the latter part of this. So great album. And then Sampha on the outro. I love that song as well. She just did a good job of constructing the album. It's a good project. It reminded me of No Thank You, like how No Thank because Drop Seven. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It wasn't my thing. I played it kind of like once or twice, and that was it. I didn't really revisit it. It got to the point where I didn't even know she was rapping on it. I didn't even know she was rapping on Drop Seven. I'm thinking it's just a techno thing and she just singing over auto tune or doing some techno house music. But she was rapping on it. Because I looked at the top rappers or whatever of 2024 list that I made. But this one is a pure rap album. There's one song on here that reminds me of like the Beatles. There's like a 60s band type of music. Like she's singing with that accent, like that, but like a 60s accent, if that makes sense. You know how like Martin Luther King Jr., how he talks like, and you turn on the TV and it's like, hi, Shadi, and they talk like kind of weird and like sped up and stuff. That's how she's like singing in one of those songs at the beginning, but I enjoy it. It's weird, but I like it because it's different or whatever. And yeah, so I like that song as well. There was a single that she released a couple weeks ago that I wasn't into, but within the flow of the album, it made better sense, and I rock with it. So overall, I'll tell everybody to check out this album. I give this album a 8.8 out of 10. I believe I gave Chromacopia 8.9 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's better than Chromacopia, but a very solid album. I love the way that she addressed her issues that she went through in the public, and I hope she can, recruit some money back, bro. Recruit some money back for sure. She won't be able to get all the money back, but at least make a fair living. You know what I mean, and an honest living and things of that sort. So, with that being said, what are my top three albums of the year so far? My personal favorites. I think this Little Sims was good enough for me to throw it in there. So Lotus, I got Lotus in there at 3. Um, I could put Lotus at 2 to be honest. I probably listen. Well, we'll say 3 for right now since it just came out. Number 2, I got to go from the private collection of songs. What's it called? From the private collection of Saba and No ID. Love that album as well. It's not too many songs that I just revisit on it all the time, but just as an overall project, I can appreciate the instrumentation, the production on it, and of course, Saba is always going to be top of the line rapping, top of the line storytelling. I believe he might be the best storytelling rapper out there. And has been for some time now, probably since like 2015, ever since Funeral, Church, Liquor Soul, Dreadhead, Bedhead, he's just on a different level. And my favorite album still so far this year has been Billy 2 from Suave. Uh this is just a really good album. And it's like he's Suave is a rapping rapper. But he has figured out like the trap sounds and the high tempo and kind of, what I'm saying, just hype, turn up. I want to say turn up without sounding old, but I'm gonna just sound old. It is what it is. It's turn up music but it's like lyrical as well. And it's like he's showing off his rapping abilities, mechanical rapping and stuff like that. But also his storytelling, he's flexing it as well in this album. And it has a lot of New Orleans bounce influence in there, from them girls, and I think it's Destiny. And I made this beat. On LeBron James, everything following me. What you know about sleeping on the floor with the roaches? Rent due sign when there's something they approaching. Yeah. That one, yeah. So Destiny and them girls, both of them are like two joints, and the transitions are just amazing. This is my favorite album of the year, bro. Billy Two. And it's crazy because he said that Jid's album is going to be the album of the year, and that comes out in August. So we'll see how that sounds. But so far, those are my top 3 projects of the year. Shout out to 504 Icy Girl as well, because I was listening to her album a lot when it first came out. And D1 released the album. Shout out D1. Shout out everybody who released the album this year, but those are my top 3. Did I Feel Free, did Key's album come out this year, or was that December? Was that last year? Hold on, let me see. Key. Let me look that up. All right. The album review came out 3 months ago. If Free came out in January, I'll put I Feel Free. Oh yeah, it came out this year. Okay, so I put I Feel Free by Key. I put that as number 4 because I really like that album as well. Not even gonna lie to you. Grand Bandito, it's up in the air. I didn't understand. How can you spin on it? Yeah, I like that one. So those my top 4 albums. Let me show some love to Key and put them up on a big screen real quick. I feel. Okay, hold on. Sorry, y'all. Veda dropped a cool like jazz album too, but these are my top ones. Top 4. I Feel Free from Key. I put that at number 4. So that's what we have as my top 4 albums of the year, with Billy 2 at the top. We'll see what happens as we enter the summer. And speaking of the summer, my top 2 summer songs, or candidate for summer songs, are these songs right here. I'm about to get to it. What was the first one? I had to think about it real quick. Uh is this one? Give it. Hold on now. Mm-mm. New Girl from Jalen Josie, and the second one that I like for song of the summer, going into the summer, is this one right here, bro. No Date, bro, from Mexico Joe. Those are my 2 candidates for song of the summer so far. New Girl from Jalen Josie, and then No Date from Mexico Joe. Um, Mexico Joe, he really kind of restored a feeling and made a statement with the popularity of the song as well. It's something that like Tony Snow was really doing. I seen kind of like, not even gonna lie, no glaze. I seen Tony really do that like Jeezy 0506 Gucci sound first out of this whole past 2 years, when he did the dang No One Else mixtape where he produced all the songs and it was just his beats. I said, dang, why does it all sound like it should be on Thug Motivation? It sounds like it should be on Thug Motivation 101. So Tony kind of, but Dro though, that's been his style. However, this No Date in particular got so popular that it brought that style back kind of to the forefront. And now you have people like Zucchini, who kind of leans that way of doing the old school sound. And then Anicia for the last 2 songs, including one song produced by Tony once again, is that hard 808s like bass, big speakers in your trunk type of music from 2005 and things of that sort, Gangster Grills, Throwback, everything like that. So those are my 2 current nominations for Song of the Summer. This Jalen Josie one, it got a lot of love. It went viral. The snippet did. However, I still think it's underrated because it's not at 1 million views yet. It's at 100,000. This is definitely 1 million view song. So yeah. Those are my 2 songs of the summer, and going into the summer. and we'll see what happens. And those are my 4 top albums. Y'all let me know some of y'all top albums of the year and y'all song of the summer so far. So that's what I got. As always, man, make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate you all so much. Thank y'all for being patient with me. And as always, I will be back tomorrow. Y'all please take care of yourselves. Have a good morning. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. And if no one else told you today, I care for you. Peace.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Enjoy Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.